Tiffany, and this is Free Churro Friday. I'm doing it a little early today. I have a big day, and I don't think I'm going to get a break at noon. So I wanted to go ahead and do it early so that you guys would have something to play with whenever you came to check the page. So welcome to the weekend. We got weekend vibes. They're pretty intense out there. I was looking at a map, an astrological map, an astrocartography map of the United States earlier. Somebody posted in one of my astrology groups, and there's a big, huge Mars line all the way through the West Coast. So here in the States, there's it's a lot. There's a lot of fires, and Mars is retrograde. There's been a lot of changing of weather and seasons. Like here, it's been raining and cold. It's just going to last a couple of days. And I'm in Austin right now, so, cold to us is 80 degrees, right? But still, there's a shift. There's a lot of shifts visible. And that's because of the changing of the astrological seasons, and also all of the changes going on inside of us. So, hi, Edinburgh, Scotland. Hi, Leslie. I'm so glad you're here. I would love to come to Scotland. So, if you can consider where would I go? What would I do? I just got my passport renewed, and it took about 8 months, but I'm back. I'm back in the game. Um, so, anyways, this idea of Mars retrograde, I put together a whole article. It's just on wiseskiesadvice.com. About halfway through the homepage, you can see the Mars retrograde article. I call it Mission Impossible. It's not really Mission Impossible. I'm just using my sense of humor, with that, because really what's going on is this involution. Aries is usually about the self, right? And so as Mars retrogrades, there's a turning inwards towards the self. And so what we want to do is avoid self-harm and just kind of grow from all of these experiences that are triggering us out there. Mars retrograde is a time when a lot of our triggers will surface, and we'll have an opportunity to react the same old way, and get mad, and defend and fight, and send an ugly text back, like guilty too here, right? But we have a new opportunity as this season unfolds. Is that really what we want to do? Is this a path back to the higher self? This involution, this turning inside. Okay. Good morning, Danielle and Yari. And let's see, we've got Zora in from Serbia. Cool. Okay, so doing it early, we get a pretty vast crowd. I'm so glad you're all here. Thank you for spending some time with me. I was just rambling to get the show going, but basically Mars retrograde, there's a whole article. I did a podcast about it, and I wrote a guide so that if you want to go deeper, it goes house by house. And so if you can find where Aries is in your chart, you'll know where this Mars retrograde is happening. And the guide just goes house by house. It's on sale for $4 through Sunday. But the article is free. The podcast is free. There's plenty of resources for you. If you're feeling burned out or heated up or slowed down, or things are delayed or getting in your way, or you're bumping up against the edge, it could be this Mars retrograde cycle. It happens every couple of years for 80 days. It's not unusual, but Mars will be squaring several of the heavy planets for a second time in October. So I do think that we're going to have a lot of opportunities for growth this fall. All right. Okay, so it's not all bad. There's some good astrology in there too. So be sure you read the whole article so you get the good news. And let's get going. Let's start with Aries. Let's clear for our Aries friends. What do our Aries need to hear? Okay. Just extending our breath three-dimensionally. We can all be taking a slower pace. We can inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Okay, cool. And just expanding our hearts three-dimensionally into this space of infinite wisdom, into this space where all things are possible, where we're unconditionally loved. Just opening this session, starting with Aries. So here's what fell out. The 10 of coins, so that's good. We've got the Fool reversed, and then we've also got the Magician here for Aries. And so we've got 2 major arcana and 1 10. And so Aries, I would say that there's a big change going on for you. And that it either feels foolish or it could be foolish, right? But it just feels like you're taking a leap of faith, you're doing something else, or maybe you've made a big decision that may either cost a lot of money, or you're interested in a new investment. but it either feels foolish or is foolish, and you're going to have to kind of choose your own adventure here. I don't get a strong yes or a strong no. It's just like you are creating it. So be very careful, be very wise as you're creating this new solution, or as you're looking at this new opportunity. It does feel good, and so just being careful, because sometimes what feels good isn't necessarily the right thing to do for us. We've got the Queen of Coins, so it is a call to be responsible with your money, and also to kind of have a more long-term approach to how you're spending and what you're changing in your life. This magician reminds us, as above, so below. So as you're thinking, so are you creating. And so whether you're even doing anything or not, it's like this world that is causing or creating or affecting your physical plane. This is a pretty good reading. I don't normally read quite this early either, so either that's going to be great because I'm going to still be in tune with the dreamland, or not. But that's Aries, okay? Aries, you're making a big shift, you're making a big change, and just go slow with it. Nobody will get hurt, as one of my good friends likes to remind me. Whoa, we got a lot of comments in. Good morning, Maureen and Kimberly and Kristen and Teresa and Nikki and Kellen. Thank you for that comment about my article. I appreciate it. And Teresa, Alexis, good morning. Shelly and Sammy from the UK. Awesome. Yeah. Welcome to Texas, everybody. Alma loved her personal reading. Thank you. I enjoyed doing your personal reading. Okay, let's shift into Taurus. Kellen, thank you as well. Okay, so do we want to do these in the morning instead of noon? You guys are very positive this morning. Okay, so let's look at Taurus. Let's just clear the airwaves for Taurus and get some practical information that our Taurus friends need to hear. What do our Taurus friends need to hear? Something that helps them along the way this weekend. Okay. Okay, so Taurus, I know that you're just feeling a little upside down financially, right? Like we've got this Page of Cups reversed and this Eight of Coins, which is kind of about being strategic. It's about chopping wood and carrying water. In some cases, you might be stepping into a mentor role or looking for a mentor, but you're just feeling a little upside down and backwards about it. It doesn't necessarily mean that anything is wrong. We have this Five of Wands reversed too. And so I know there's still kind of an internal struggle. Maybe you're doing something you don't really feel like doing right now, and you're kind of beating yourself up about it or frustrated about it. It could be like as simple as all the clothes are dirty and you're wearing something that you don't like. You know what I mean? But it could be as intense as the right job isn't lining up for you and you're doing something just to kind of pass the time. It could be that you've had the same conversation with your lover and nothing's really changing and you're kind of coming to terms with that. Those are the vibes that I would pull from that. You have the world in your hands and still you yearn. So I'm not going to tell you like nothing's wrong, chill out, but I will say that there's something to be grateful for here. And so to not forget what's right in front of you is something that you could be really grateful for. Okay, guys, and so we're going to shift now into our Geminis. Let's see what our Geminis have in store for the weekend. A cosmic connection for Gemini. Just focusing on loving all of our Gemini friends and family. Clearing the deck for Gemini. Okay. It's on fire. It's on fire for Gemini. We got the Page of Coins reversed and the Devil and the King of Wands and the Page of Cups reversed. It was reversed. So we have two pages that are reversed. So what does that mean? If you're just looking at the cards without going into a deep meaning, for a general broad reading, what I'm doing is just like this first layer vibe of the tarot. So I know that I've got pages, which means messages, communication. I've got two, so that means that there's more than usual. Maybe you're getting a flurry of email. Maybe your phone is ringing nonstop. Maybe the mail got held up and it's all being delivered today. Maybe you've been praying and praying and praying, and finally you get an aha moment, flood of download of information. But they're both reversed, right? And so it might not be exactly what you wanted to hear. Okay, you might be doing a home improvement project and it's going well and you're in the finish line, and then at the very last minute everything unwinds and it's like a $5,000 project ended up being a $20,000 project. Okay, so it's like either you're not wanting to hear it, you're not getting the message, or it's something that you just kind of weren't expecting and didn't really want to hear. So just be aware of that, and you can go softly into the weekend knowing I'm not like portending bad news for you. I'm just saying be aware of how you experience the information that you're getting. Are you willing to hear the whole truth? We've got the Devil card here and the King of Wands, so I do know that something's really, really bothering you. And so, how are we going to move forward with that? This Devil card, I love to get, especially for people that are new to Tarot or don't like me. You know what I mean? Because this card is like, ooh, the Devil or the Death card. Wah! But the Devil card is just represents our anxieties. It represents the things that have really become a devil to us, that have really worn us out. You know what I mean? That have not let us go. And so, how do we overcome this kind of vibe? Well, you're going to step into your leadership role, the King of Wands. You're going to take the reins. You're going to do something about it. And so, what can you do? So, if you get the bad news that it turns into this expensive project, or if you get some news that you didn't want to hear, okay, you're going to step into this leadership role. You have Mars retrograde going on. Where is it hitting your chart? Where are you going to get this news? You could probably predict it yourself. Where are you missing the boat on some information? Well, what you're going to do about it is, instead of continuing the worry train with the hamster on the wheel, you're just going to take charge. You're going to do what you can do and not focus on what you can't do anything about. There's no point in that. Gemini, you're very good at being decisive once you have made up your mind. But this kind of, the thing that's bothering you is this like thing that you can't do anything about. So give yourself some peace there and do what you can. Focus on what you can do. Yay, good morning, Brooke. I know, I'm doing it early because I have a big, huge day, and I think it's going to be strongly affected, so I am assuming that noon is out, so I'm here early. Okay, after Gemini comes for Cancer. So let's do a reading for our Cancer friends, just tuning into the Cancer vibes, extending our hearts into the field of infinite wisdom. Okay, this one wanted to fall out. I mean, it was reversed. I sneakily tried to make it upright. It was reversed. Like, who does that? All right. All right. We're getting some positive feedback. Thank you. Taurus was spot on. Appreciate it. Okay, we're on to Cancer now. So clearing for Cancer. All right. They're all reversed. I gotta redo my deck. So Six of Wands, here we go. Six of Wands reversed. So Six of Wands upright is a victory, a win. It's a yes, Cancer. And so it's like yes, but however, it's upside down. So it's just going slower than you wanted it to. You're willing to go slower now. This Mars retrograde has an effect on all of us, but that hot, heat, fiery Mars going slow through, and you've got Cancer, this water sign. There might be some steam going on. There might be, your biochemical systems might be slowing down a little bit. And so it's okay. It's like, this is still a victory. This is still a win, a yes, a go forward. But it's just a lot slower than maybe you wanted. And so if your goal was October 1st, maybe it's March 1st. You know what I mean? And so being aware of that is helpful, because then you're not beating yourself up, and you're able to adopt a slower pace. We got the Three of Wands also reversed for our Cancers, and the Three of Wands is about going on a trip, going away, escaping, and so when it's reversed like this, you might be feeling trapped, you might be feeling stuck in a situation. Okay, so we're just going to acknowledge that what can you do about the Three of Coins, and it's reversed. And so the Three of Coins is about working on your mastery, working on your best life, working on your karmic future, why you came here, doing the graduate level work. But when it's reversed like this, again, it's slowed down, it's taking you longer than you wanted. Okay, and just, I would say all of this in the star reverse too here at the end, it's like all of this is very good, it's taking longer to incubate than normal, than you would like. You're being asked to really slow down and do what is attainable for you. So making a SMART goal. So knowing what you can get done in a week and what you cannot get done in a week, and just go slowly forward. These are positive cards. Go slowly forward. Good morning from the Philippines. I am so in love with how many people are here from all over the world. You know, it's such a cool thing that some tarot lady in Texas, there's this huge connection across the globe with everybody here. I just love you guys. Okay, so we're clearing for Leo. So clear for Leo. What do our Leo friends need to hear? Something that helps them feel cosmically connected. Okay, so I'm getting some pieces for Leo. All right, Leo. All right, I had to keep looking. I just had to turn over that last card, didn't I? So what we've got here, we've got the 2 of coins reversed. And so the 2 of coins reversed here, these are all reversed as well, which means I probably am using my deck upside down, but there's no mistakes, right? So we're just going with it. The 2 of coins, this is a decision. You also had the 2 of swords. So the 2 of swords, the 2 of coins, I know that you are really coming to a crossroads with something here. We've got the 10 of swords reversed, like you're at the end of your freaking rope. Things, you've got to choose one way or the other. It is, you're either feeling pulled in 2 directions, or making the people in your life make a decision, and it just does not feel good, you know? We've got the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Cups. They're both reversed. But this is about taking a chance on love. This is about taking a chance on your future family, on your most happy, joyful, vital experience as a Leo. It's like right there. They're just asking you to take a chance on it, instead of like making it like a heavy decision. You know what I mean? This is like, take a chance on love. Okay, so that's a pretty cool reading. Yvette's working from her kitchen. Awesome. I'm at my friend's house, and it looks like it's a little stormy out. I'm clearing the deck for Virgo. Let's clear for Virgo. What do our Virgo friends need to hear? Something specific, something practical that can act as a guiding piece of information for their weekend. Oh yeah, I'm doing it again. It was a good shuffle. That was not as good. All right. Okay. All right. Virgo. Okay, so let's get some good news for our Virgos. The start of this is not feel such good news. This is a card like this. Hermit reversed is this card of like unwanted isolation. You know, the Hermit upright is like, okay, go spend time with your divine creator in the woods alone, so that you can come out with carrying the light and fill your cup. When it's reversed like this is almost like a forced isolation. And then we've got the Tower reversed, where it's like things are coming undone in some level, and we don't like that, you know, when Virgos, I should say, Virgos don't like that. And so this idea that there's more alone time and that things are coming a little bit undone, you're feeling really unsettled. This Tower card is about breaking down the foundations, and sometimes that's great, because you have an opportunity to rebuild with a more firm foundation. You're not like alone creating the Leaning Tower of Pisa over there. But when it's reversed like this, it just can feel very heavy. You know, it just can feel very alone and isolated and heavy. And so good luck to you. No, I'm kidding. There's more cards. We've got, hi Megan, good morning. And hi Jenny, good morning. Okay, cool. So the Virgo card, that's how it feels. It feels very, very heavy. It feels very, not like me against the world, but it's kind of like, has anybody else thought of that? Like, am I the only one that remembers to fill up the water jug? Am I the only, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to feel like the end of the world. It can though, okay? And so if you feel like your world is crumbling down, just know that the truth is you're not alone. We've got the Six of Coins card here. So there's somebody that is very generous in their life, that wants to share their life with you, that wants to be generous to you. And so this can be a card of opening up and just shifting your focus a little bit. The Five of Cups here reminds you that if you're feeling bored or complacent or just not super excited about the day or the future, you've got 3 cups that are full and 2 that are spilled, and he's just bummed. He's not accepting the help that's there for him. Sorry, I'm never going to get used to the opposite direction thing. But basically, this is a card to go ahead and ask for some support so that you're not feeling so alone, or even just the mental load of having to make all the decisions alone. You know what I mean? We do also get a card, the Emperor card for our Virgos reversed. And so I will say that this is the card that represents work and authority figures, and that's kind of it for me. Work and authority figures, the people that lord over you in some ways in your life. And when it's reversed like this, I would say that there's some aspect of work that is either slowing you down or just is like hitting you the wrong way, or you're having to be an authority figure in a way that like you really just don't want to be. Like, come on guys, like get it together, you know what I mean? You don't want to have to micromanage everything, even though you're really good at it, you know. It's like, come on, man. And so that was a crummy reading, so let's get some clarification for our Virgos. What do we need to hear for our Virgos? Let's get a card of clarification. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be a sucky weekend. It never is. You get to design your life. But I will say, it looks like there's just something that is, that just feels very penny pinching, that just feels very like, either like maybe you're feeling taken advantage of in some way, or somebody's stealing your time, or somebody is just kind of becoming an energy vampire to you. So here's the antidote, is the Six of Cups. Thank you for giving us a good one. The Six of Cups, this is a blast from the past. This is a childhood friend. This is somebody that you have a shared history with. And so in order to kind of get through this sticky, icky feelings, you know, we want to spend time with kids. We want to spend time with children. We want to be generous with our own hearts, but not in a way where we end up feeling used and taken advantage of and lonely on our hill because we're the only ones that can organize or get anything done. So Virgos, instead of all of those icky cards I just drew for you, let's focus on the Six of Cups. You know, the cups are about our emotional fulfillment and our intuitive vibes, our intuition. And then the sixes, you know, here, you can see that this is a card of generosity, of giving. And so you might be the giver, you might be the receiver, but either way, you're looking for some kind of reciprocity. All right. Hi, Zora. Thank you. Jenny, good luck in kindergarten this morning. Okay. Clearing. Cool. That's what fell out. Clearing for Libra. So let's clear the deck for our Libras. Let's shake it up. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Rolling your shoulders up by your spine and down your back. Brooke, my Virgo, she says she's 100% getting ignored at work on her giant project, and that she's going to take her Six of Cups for the weekend. I basically just threw the whole deck down here. So that is an accurate reading, unfortunately, for Virgo. Good morning, Kim from California. Sending our blessings to you. Send us an update. Are you safe on the West Coast? Let's clear for Libra. Clearing for Libra. Okay. All right, Libra, it looks like you've been put in a situation here. We got 2 kings for you at the front and the back, at the beginning and end. And so it looks like you've been put in a situation where you're being called into this royalty role, this role of being a king. So this isn't about being a kingmaker. This is about taking the reins and leading. And so you might have to do it like it feels really harsh to you, and you might be kind of pissed that you're put in this situation where you have to speak up or say something about it. But this is an opportunity to really speak your truth and say what you need to say here. You don't have to do it in an ugly way. This is a reminder, this King of Cups, this deepest level of compassion, this heart wisdom that you can use to stand up for yourself without standing against the other man or falling into slander or ugly things to say. It just does feel very, it's like you've got to have a difficult conversation or You're being put in a situation to stand up for something where it kind of makes you odd man out, and you don't like that. Like, you want it to be balanced and fair, and it's just there's something that is not balanced right now for you. We've got the Moon and the Two of Cups reversed, and so to me that's almost like the Two of Cups is usually my relationship card, you know, and the Moon is when we've got the unseen world. We've got more to be revealed. We don't know all the answers right now, and so I might be giving you this heads up, like, heads up, you're about to have a conversation, a heart to heart, honest moment. So get real with yourself about what you really want to say before it comes to a bubbling head and you explode, and it's like you spill your coffee all over everybody, right? And so just knowing that there's more to the picture than you know about your relationship, whether you're partnered or not. There's more to the story here, and so just be patient and become the observer. That's what a good leader would do. They would let a little bit of life fall out in front of them before making a reaction or a decision. Stacy, hi from Texas as well. Yeah, judgment, Libra. You're just in some judgment. Whether it's you being the judge or you're on the receiving end, this is the ending of a cycle, so you don't have to judge it anymore. You can make a decision and move forward with peace, you know? And not everybody's going to be happy in this situation. You might fall into some people-pleasing tendencies, and just reminding yourself to be clear with your own vibration, and setting up kind of like a force field around yourself so that you're not feeling others' feelings so deeply in a way that you think that they're your own. That's some good advice. Okay, so let's clear for Scorpio. Let's clear for Scorpio. And then let's make green smoothies, okay? Let's clear for Scorpio. No, just kidding. I'm going to get all the way through. Clear for Scorpio. Okay. Okay. We've got the Three of Cups here at first. And so the Three of Cups, you guys know that I translate this as too many cooks in the kitchen. You're feeling pulled in three directions. You have, you're in a relationship and there's somebody else that's involved, at whatever level, whether it's a third party, whether somebody's cheating, whether it's somebody's child, whether it's a pet that is taking over the time. It could be a sibling. It's just really annoying because it's look, we don't like this. It doesn't feel good anymore, all right? And you're just kind of getting over it. You don't want to be having three cooks in the kitchen. Like, this is a card where you're really feeling kind of down and gross about it. And we've got the Six of Coins here and the Knight of Coins, all right? And so what are you going to focus on instead? Just really your own future, and what is the life that you do want to build, okay? The Six of Coins here, this is a good money omen coming your way. The Knight of Coins is like you're just starting out on something fresh and new, so just keep your eye on the prize and finding that sense of stability. The coins and pentacles represent stability, not just money, but where we feel more secure. And so instead of if you're in a relationship, or if you're in some group of people that make you feel icky and less than and third party and picked last all the time, well, then it's time to shift gears and focus on what does create stability in your own heart. And that starts with you. It doesn't start out there, right? But this is a call for stability for our Scorpios. Shelley says, yes, being in charge of a renovation project and getting people motivated to keep working. She's got Virgo and Libra, and so she's going to crack the whip in a good way. All right, awesome. That's great. Isn't that kind of fun when, like, the tarot matches up with your life? It's helpful, We're not giving our power over to the cards. We're just looking for a cosmic connection. It's right there. The veil's so thin. All right, I'm clearing now for Sagittarius. What do our Sagittarius folks need to hear? Clearing for Sag. If you practice playing with tarot, it helps with your intuition too. So keep practicing, keep playing. If you want to be part of our metaphysical group, we have a Wise Skies Metaphysical Learning Group. And so we help each other in there by posting readings. A lot of people comment. It's a really caring group of people. My heart is so touched. I love seeing how people read for others. I learn stuff in there all the time. I usually comment on everything. my, I have to see what's going on. So if you're learning or if you want to be learning, it's a really great place to just be able to peek in. There's no charge. Clearing for Sagittarius still. Classes we've got coming up. We've got mediumship on Monday. $20 investment for your household. It's a live Zoom. We do send the replay out the next day. The following Wednesday, I'm doing remote viewing. I can't wait to see who comes to that class. The book I've been reading to prepare for it is called Limitless Mind by Russell Targ. He is a former psychic for the CIA. He started the Stanford Research Institute. And when I was getting my master's in health psychology, the Stanford Research Institute was my Bible of finding interesting research in the metaphysical world. So, cool. Danielle, Scorpio, she says, we just got a puppy not too long ago, and this couldn't be more true. Puppy is cute as hell, but very time consuming, right? Perfect. Thank you for having a good pet example. That's really helpful. Judar from Tokyo, thank you for sharing. Good morning or evening, wherever you are. Okay, so we're on Sag. We're clearing for Sag. I told you about the classes. I told you about the Mars retrograde article. I got, I think, all my housekeeping done. All right, what is it that our Sagittarius friends need to hear? What do our Sagittarius friends need to hear? Okay. All right, Sag. It looks like some of you guys are building a family here. We've got this card of generosity and stability moving into the Ten of Cups, which is the happily ever after. That's, you get your wish. That is a card of prosperity and abundance, and it might not feel like it right now. It might feel like there's some foolish things going on, or maybe you've been foolish, right? Maybe you've been naive, or maybe you're being naive about something, but it looks like your heart here is leaning towards building stability through family life. We've got the Page of Cups reversed, and we've got the Four of Cups reversed, and so it's like funny because it's like you want this, but you're really frumpied up about it. Like it's a message that you don't want to hear, or that it's maybe a lifestyle that you didn't see yourself in before, and so maybe you're internally conflicted about it. It feels very heavy to you, and just remember, like, this shouldn't feel heavy, a loving relationship shouldn't feel like a heavy burden. It should be something that is light and fun for you, that brings you, all the good things that life has to offer. So too, if you're in a relationship that feels heavy to you, maybe it's time to find something that feels a little bit more your style. Maybe there's some way to shift. You're having a shift of perspective here, the Ace of Swords, and often when we have growing opportunities, they're not super comfortable. So I'm not telling you go in a direction or don't go in a direction. I'm saying, Sag, you're having a change of heart, a change of mind. Something that once felt heavy doesn't have to anymore, and it's a choose your own adventure. Catherine from Louisiana, hi, and I love you too. Aruba, oh my god, awesome, I love it. Good. Hi, Aruba. And hi, okay, she's a Leo. How do you say your name? It's so beautiful. Asaluj? I don't know, you'll have to tell us. Jenny says it's on point for Sag. She's having to homeschool and feeling pinned in, but also loving her family time. Cool, thank you for that feedback, Jenny. Clearing now, let's see, after Sag we do Capricorn, so clearing for our Capricorn friends. What do our Capricorn friends need to hear? Okay. Okay, so we've got the Three of Wands reversed here. We've got the Judgment, we've got Justice, we've got a Knight of Cups, and so this does feel like a karmic lesson is going on for you, Capricorn. You do feel like maybe you can't escape, you can't get away. You might also be feeling pinned in and trapped in some way. And like we've got Judgment and the Justice card here. This one was reversed, this one was upright. And so this is the end of a cycle. This is something that has really drug on for a long time. And you're just maybe not quite ready to let go of it yet. And so there's not a lot of closure around it. Excuse me. And so you're having like a, a human moment. You know what I mean? You're having just this human moment about either not letting something go or being at peace with your situation not being what you wanted it to be. Okay, we do have the Justice card here, and you can see there's like a little white angel and a dark angel, and so this always reminds me of the karma police. And so it's almost like, how can you stay present with the situation but not take it personally? All right, how can you stay present with the situation that is not super comfortable to you and not take it personally? How can you not be the karma police and try to affect change and try to affect make other people do it your way or see it your way? It's like, how can you continually turn this over to your higher power, to a wiser influence, because your best thinking got you right where you are. And this, if you're feeling trapped or pinned or bummed that you can't go on that big trip or whatever it is that you're feeling, then can you take responsibility for it? You know, can you see where might you have gotten yourself into that situation? Can you also not take other people's actions personally and just realize that they're living their lives too? We've got this Knight of Cups, which means you're learning how to have a more compassionate, loving response. And in a lot of ways, you're learning to reparent yourself and re-guide yourself back into a place where it's like, okay, the world isn't fair. So what would you tell your little person about that? What would you tell your child, your inner child, and help them understand what it's like to live through a situation that doesn't feel fair? So we've got, hi Vicky, and Judar in Tokyo. The boyfriend here wants to work on transhumanism and to make technology to let people live forever. Will he be able to fulfill his dream? Wow, that's a cool question. He's 19 Gemini and you're 20-year-old Aquarius. That is such a great combination. I'm not usually doing personal questions, but I'm not going to be able to resist that. So let me come back to you after we get through the whole readings. So that was Capricorn. Let's go to Aquarius. Let's shift now our energies to Aquarius. Just a general reading for our Aquarius friends, and then we'll do a couple of personal ones here. So our Aquarius, what do the Aquarius need to know for the weekend? Some practical advice. With any tarot reading, take what you want and leave the rest. You're empowered, you're born wise, you have the answers. They're not out there, they're in here, in your own heart. Okay, Aquarius. Okay, all right, good. Aquarius, it's intense here. So you've been given an opportunity to walk away and not look back, and you're really kind of questioning it because there's some area of your life where you're just kind of done. You closed the door on it. You're taking a leap of faith. You're going in a new direction. You've rolled the dice. You're willing to play on different terms. You're willing to have a change of perspective. You're willing to lose it all. You're willing to gamble, is what I would say. And if you're not, it's like a call to be willing to gamble something. You do have a Seven of Swords here, so be careful. Like, don't put everything on the line. Be aware that there's a Joker in the deck. Be aware that there's a thief here. The Seven of Swords is a thief. He's like a total, he's taking the swords and leaving. He's without anybody knowing, you know? So just, I would say this is like, these are kind of darker energies, Aquarius, so just be careful. Like, is somebody taking all the office supplies? You know what I mean? Is somebody taking all of your time? Is somebody, is it you? Are you the thief? You know what I mean? So just being really careful with this energy as you go into the weekend. If you have home security cameras, turn them on. Take extra steps of precaution. Park in safe locations. Do all of the things to make sure that you're safe and protected. Change your passwords. Make sure that you are safe, okay? You do have this Knight of Swords here, so there's a moment, and it's reversed. And the Knight of Swords comes in hot, and he's got a lot to say about something. It is reversed. So you could really affect things negatively if you come in way too hot. So just be aware of, like, are you coming in like a tornado and you've got something to say and nobody can hear it because you're like on 9? Do you need to tone it down a little bit so that you can feel heard and seen? With this Mars retrograde, a lot of people aren't feeling heard or seen, and so this is a very common tendency to just come in hot and be loud and aggressive and abrasive because you're not feeling like your point is getting across, right? And so, can you have the experience of listening instead of speaking? Can you have the experience of observing instead of needing to feel seen? All right, and so that's just some ideas for you to play with. Wheel of Fortune, though, big ending here. We've got the Ten of Swords. The worst is over. You're willing to live life differently, it looks like. So just go slowly and just be careful. That was a lot of heavy cards right there. Can we get a card of clarification for Aquarius? Queen of Swords reversed. Yeah, that's another card of the communication world upside down. You might not be thinking through things clearly right now. You might just not be communicating your best. You might not just not have the words for it. It's not like you're a jerk. We love you, Aquarius. It's more like you've just got to really think through what you want to say and how you want to say it. And that can be frustrating because Aquarius, you're very fixed energy. Usually you're very clear. And so when you're feeling foggy, it's foreign land to you. You know what I mean? You're like, I don't normally have this experience. So with that Wheel of Fortune, I would say be willing to have a new experience with the way that you're communicating. That might be in a particular relationship where you're always the leader and you're always the dictator and you say things, or maybe it's like you always have, like it's Tuesday vegan taco night all the time. It's fixed stuff, right? Like you can be like clockwork in some ways. Well, maybe this is a time where you change it up a little bit this week and you have a new experience. Maybe you move vegan taco night to Thursday. Whoa! Or maybe you let somebody else make the decision and you just go with it, So, Kim is in Aquarius with Mars in Aries and 5 degrees. So this particular retrograde is in Aries. It's in 28, 29, and it goes back to 15. So it's going to be very close. It's going to be a heated situation for you. I wonder what house that's in. Do you do love readings? I do, because I do any readings, I don't, I do them for you, for the people. What I don't do is look at the person that you want to know all the dirt and scoop about, and I don't, none of my business. But if you have a question about love, then I definitely encourage you to book a burning question reading with me, and we'll look into it. Okay, we're now at the end of the show. We came to Pisces. We want to clear the deck for Pisces. Clear for Pisces. Okay, cool. Pisces, the sun is shining. We got the 8 of coins and the 3 of coins, the 9 of coins. You are busy at work. You are creating a new future. This reading starts with the sun and ends with the Magician. You are creating a new future, a brighter future for yourself. You're working on your stability, and you're working on your own predictability. And that isn't always the strong point for Pisces. Pisces wants to go with the flow and easy come, easy go, and a magical, goddess, and I'm very compassionate and giving. Like that's the true nature of Pisces. So when I see all of these coins in here, we got the 8 of coins, back to the drawing board, chop wood, carry water. The 3 of coins reversed, working on your graduate level program in some ways. Maybe it's like it slowed you down a little bit, or maybe you just graduated and they lost the diploma in the mail. It could be simple, something like that. And then the 9 of coins, this is a woman who is self-sufficient, who is standing on her own 2 feet, who has created a sense of stability despite her Piscean nature to be a single drop of water in the ocean. You know what I mean? So Pisces, working on your stability, changing your future, that's a really great reading for you guys. So interesting. Let's go back up to our Tokyo friend. So she's got this boyfriend that wants to make technology to let people live forever. I mean, what a cool question. Will he be able to fulfill his dream? So we've completed our normal readings. I'm doing a little extra credit just because that sounded cool. And I want to see what happens here. But if you guys are done with me, you can catch the forecast, the podcast, as well as Wise Skies, and it's at wiseskiesadvice.com. Wiseskiesastrology.com will also get you there. Please join me on Twitter, on Instagram. Please subscribe to the podcast. It really, really does help. I have over 20,000 downloads now, and I can't believe it. And if everybody did a little rate and review, it would help with our rankings. So thank you for that. If you're able to pay it forward, please do. If you're able to leave a couple dollars in the virtual tip jar, it's in the comments, my Venmo and my PayPal. It's in the description, I mean. And if you're not, that's okay. I understand. And please pay it forward in your own life. Help somebody today. You know, really, really help somebody today. All right, let's clear for Judar in Tokyo and get clear on this information. Will he be able to fulfill his dream? Okay. Okay, so I'm not getting any of the cards that say blatantly no. I'm not getting any of the cards that say blatantly yes. We've got this Page of Cups here, so that would be his dream, this feeling, this message, this calling that he's feeling. It does look like something has to completely be torn down. I don't think he's got the foundation for it just yet. And there might be something at his job that could actually help him. I don't know what line of work he's in, but it does look like something needs to completely break down. So if he's already started on that, I would say look for a mentor or look for a partner or look for somebody that can help guide him, because yes, the dream's alive, and no, the foundation isn't set up right, and it is possible. He's just kind of been looking in the wrong direction for it, and so we need to find him a new mentor, a new book, a new aha moment that is spiritually ignited. We do get the Chariot, we do get a yes, we do get forward motion. It is going forward. We just need to pause and rebuild the foundation so that it's really, really solid. Whoa, okay, so lots of more comments. Daniel, the private readings I do range from $35 all the way up to $145, and my monthly subscription is $275. If you want a personal reading for the month ahead with both your personal tarot and your astrology, predictive astrology, how's your month going, I do have a subscription for that. Debbie loves the Pisces reading. Me too. Stacy says she's going to see if she can replay for your office after the patients. That is so cool. I would love to hear how your office resonates with all of this. This Free Tarot Friday can be your total secret weapon for helping your employees, for helping your colleagues and your team and your staff. You know, what are they going through right now? It can give you a little bit of extra insight as to how to be a more compassionate team player with them. Deanna says something's taking so long. She's a Cancer with Virgo rising. Health has her going slower. She's frustrated and feeling both readings very much, and thank you for sharing that with us. It's so helpful, guys, even if you're going through a hard time like that, to be able to share vulnerably and see, yeah, we are cosmically connected. That did make sense for her. It is helpful to hear that it's just time to slow down. You know, what I don't want to hear is like you're getting old and that's it. You're just getting creaky. Done. Sorry. I would much rather know, wow, the planetary forces, the celestial beings that guide us are calling us to slow down. It's not because you're doing it wrong, you know. Downtime is not wasted time, right? So go slow into the fall. It's heated, it's intense out there. Join the newsletter if you're not on it already. Wednesday night classes we've gone through. We've got mediumship and remote viewing, and of course the Mars retrograde podcast and article. A little follow-up from our Tokyo friend. She says, yes, he's now making a game and working on making his game company first to get it to make money, and helping my comic book story. Okay, cool. So you guys are right on track. It feels like a really great partnership. I'm excited for you. It feels like you can ignite creativity in each other. So please come back. And thank you everybody that has watched from all over the world. I would hang out with you forever. It's time for my green smoothie and to start a big long day. I know we did it early. Thanks for your patience. I'll post the replay on YouTube as well. So until we can work together again, everybody have a great weekend. And sending all my love, light, adoration, gratitude for each of you. Namaste.